Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Roundup. Believe it or not, it's the last game of the NFL season. It seems like it's gone by so quick this year. But we are talking about Super Bowl 53 today between the New England Patriots and our Los Angeles Rams. Aria, how do you feel about this game, first of all?
This game's super exciting. I'm happy that my Rams are playing in it too, so it's going to be an interesting matchup to watch, to see Patriots and Rams play two of the best teams in the NFL. That's why they're here in this game. So it's going to be a really fun matchup, so you can just dive right into it.
Yeah, so coming into this game, the Patriots, the AFC champions, after a win over the Kansas City Chiefs, 37-31. The Rams are coming into this game as NFC champions after a kind of controversial win that we covered over the Saints, 26-23. This game will be Sunday the 3rd on CBS at 3:30. And one of the most interesting narratives from this game is how this Patriots dynasty, these 8 Super Bowl appearances, started 17 years ago in 2002 with a win over the Rams.
Yeah, so a lot of people are talking about the storyline, how their dynasty started with the Rams, and people are saying that the Rams are going to beat them and then take over their dynasty. It'll be like a nice sort of ending to the story and stuff. But we'll just have to see. Talk's cheap until it is on Sunday, so we'll find out.
So the Patriots are favored by about 2.5 points, about a field goal, which I feel like that's about right, because they're the Patriots and Belichick has his coaching experience. This is something new for all of these Rams guys, and Patriots, like I said, in this dynasty have been to the Super Bowl. Brady, Belichick 8 times in 17 years, which is unheard of. That's more than any other franchise in the NFL's history, so you can see why they're favored, even though that they did have a worse record than the Rams during the regular season.
Yeah. And a few more matchups that people are going to be looking at is Boston versus LA and Sony Michel versus Todd Gurley. If you guys don't know who they are, Todd Gurley is a running back for the Rams and Sony Michel is a running back for the Patriots. They both went to Georgia for college, and they got drafted Todd Gurley got drafted to the Rams and Sony Michel to the Patriots. So that'll be an interesting matchup to watch out as well.
Yeah. And if I had to highlight a matchup from this game, it's going to be the Patriots offensive line against the Rams defense. Tom Brady was not sacked during his last 2 games against Kansas City or the Los Angeles Chargers, and I think that's going to be a big thing, especially with who the Rams brought in this offseason and dishing out all that money because they wanted a Super Bowl now, and that's what they got. They've just got to finish, and a lot of this game, if we're not looking at quarterbacks, I think a lot of this game will be on Aaron Donald if he can bring that pressure to Brady and this Patriots offensive line that's been on fire this postseason.
Yeah, David Andrews, the Patriots center, will be having a tough matchup against Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald, so that's going to be a long day for him. So we'll just have to see who wins the battle of the trenches, so we'll find out on Sunday.
And you talked about earlier this battle of UGA running backs, which will be nice for the Atlanta audience for the Super Bowl. But something that we haven't seen a whole lot this postseason has been Todd Gurley. He was kind of injured, not even super sure of what was going on at the end of the regular season. Didn't get a whole lot of playing time. But C.J. Anderson was able to step up, and he really did come out and perform for the Rams. But if they were going to want to win a Super Bowl against this incredibly talented Patriots team, we're going to need to see Gurley step up because they're the player he needs. Gurley is who McVay's designed his game plan around. And if we're talking about McVay's game plan, by the way, expect surprises. We saw that interesting fake against the Saints that got them a great first down. Risky, that's what McVay's done this season, and that's what they're going to need to do against a weathered, a talented, and an experienced Patriots team.
Like you said, if Rams fall behind, it'll be a tough way to come back, just like they did in New Orleans with the fake punt that shifted all the momentum. That's like what kick-started the Rams offense up there. And McVay's game plan said to expect to see lots of Todd Gurley because he's been doing a bad job not getting him involved enough with their game plan. So expect to see a little more from Todd Gurley.
And if I did have to think, especially looking at these teams' performances last weekend, I think the Patriots will come out a little bit stronger, especially in the first quarter. They had a great first half against the Chiefs. The Rams starting out very slowly against the Saints, going down 13-0 and having to kind of catch up, which is something the Patriots, have done before, especially in past Super Bowls. But they know how to do it, and the Rams were able to do it, barely, pulled it off in overtime with a little bit of help as well. But expect the Patriots to come out strong, and it's going to see, how the Rams can play from behind to catch up and make this a game. This will be a close game no matter what, though.
I feel like Rams are going to be becoming very familiar with the Super Bowl in the coming years, considering how their team's super young coach, young quarterback, young running back. So if they don't get it this year, they'll be able to get it in a few years, according to my predictions. I think so.
And speaking of predictions, let's do our predictions for this game. Aria, what do you think?
I have the Rams coming on top by 2 points.
By 2, wow.
By
and
2.
By the way, you'll be at this game, so
Yeah.
what do you think about that for being in Atlanta? How do you feel?
I'm really excited because being in Atlanta, it's a super nice stadium. It's like brand new, opening roofs, everything. Halftime performance, they have everything there. It's gonna be looking a great game, so I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine. That's got to be incredible. And make sure to come back and talk to us about it.
We'll be here with the recaps. Don't worry.
Absolutely. For my prediction, the over-under of this game is about 56.5, which isn't super high. But, Patriots are favored for a reason, and I've thought about this a lot. But I think that this young, talented, still inexperienced, but they've really shown their overcomings this season and had some great wins against competitive teams. I think they're going to come out. I think they're going to end this Patriots dynasty finally. I think they're going to get revenge for the Los Angeles-Boston World Series. And I think the Rams are going to win this game 27-24.
They better, baby. Come on.
All right. And I think that'll conclude this episode of the Roundup. Thank you all for tuning in. And we'll see you after the Super Bowl with our recap.
We're out.